All right, let's talk about Python. If you're looking for a clear, no-nonsense roadmap to learn it in 2026, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to map out how you can go from absolute zero to a confident coder. So, is 2026 the year? The year you're finally going to dive in and learn how to code? That is awesome. Seriously, it's a fantastic goal, and you couldn't have picked a better time to get started. But let's be real, it can feel completely overwhelming, right? Where do you even start? What software do you need? What's the first thing you should actually learn? If any of that sounds familiar, don't worry. We're going to clear all that up and give you a super clear path forward. Okay, part one. Let's tackle the big question right out of the gate. Why Python? I mean, with all the programming languages out there, what makes this one the perfect first step for your coding journey? You know, the number one reason people actually succeed with Python is its syntax. And syntax is just a fancy word for the grammar of the language. Python's is designed to be incredibly clean and readable. It almost looks like plain English. This means you spend way less time fighting with confusing rules and a lot more time understanding the logic of what you're actually building. But don't let the word easy fool you into thinking it's not powerful. Oh, it is incredibly powerful. Python is the backbone of some of the most cutting-edge tech fields out there. We're talking artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, web development, even cybersecurity and automation. It's a language you can start with, but also one you can grow with, all the way from simple scripts to incredibly complex systems. All right, convinced? Good. Now for part two, let's get practical. These are your first actionable steps, the things you can literally do the moment this is over to get the ball rolling. Here is your starting map. It's just 4 steps. 1, you need to actually install Python, which you can get from the official site, python.org. 2, you'll need a code editor. Think of it like a word processor for code. VS Code is fantastic and it's free. 3, and listen up because this is crucial, resist that urge to jump ahead. You have to master the fundamentals first. And 4, make a promise to yourself to write a little bit of code every single day. Even just 15 minutes makes a huge difference. Let's just zoom in on that third step for a second, because it's where most beginners go wrong. They get excited and try to build some massive complex app. Please, don't do that. Your entire coding career will be built on a deep understanding of these 6 concepts. Master them, especially things like loops and functions. If you can get these down cold, I promise everything else becomes so much easier. So, what's the reward for all this work? Well, now we get to the fun part. Let's look at Python in the real world. This is all about seeing the destination so you understand why what you're learning matters so much. Let's make this tangible. When you're on Netflix and it recommends a show you might like, yep, that's Python's AI and machine learning libraries at work. When you're scrolling through Instagram, you're using a system built on Django, a powerful Python framework. This isn't just some language for learning in a classroom. It's the stuff that builds the tools you use every single day. Okay, this brings us to what might be the most critical section of this whole thing. Part 4 is all about learning and daily practice. This is where the real progress is made. The secret is a really simple, manageable commitment. Let's call it the 1-hour daily rule. The idea is to split your time 50-50. Spend the first 30 minutes learning a new concept, watching a video or reading an article. Then, and this is key, spend the next 30 minutes immediately applying what you just learned by writing your own code. That's the difference between passive watching and active learning. And this right here is the mindset you need to adopt. Look, motivation is great, but it's flaky. It comes and goes. A consistent daily habit, even a small one, is what builds real, lasting skill. That is the engine of your progress. So to help with that learning half hour, here are 4 excellent, super beginner-friendly YouTube channels. But here's a vital piece of advice. Pick one. Find a teacher whose style you like and stick with their course from beginning to end. If you jump between different instructors, you're just going to get confused and slow yourself down. Finally, let's make sure you can navigate this journey smoothly. Part 5 is all about the common mistakes that stop aspiring coders dead in their tracks and how you can sidestep them entirely. So let's just reframe the whole approach. Instead of passively watching tutorials like it's a TV show, actively code along with them. Pause the video, type what they type. Instead of skipping the basics to get to the fun stuff, commit to mastering the fundamentals first. And maybe most important of all, when you hit an error, and you will hit errors, don't see it as a failure. See it as a puzzle. Learning to debug is where you truly start to think like a programmer. And if you commit to this daily practice and you avoid those common pitfalls, what can you expect? Well, this is a realistic milestone. In just 6 months of focused daily effort, you can look back and be absolutely amazed by how far you've come. It is a marathon, not a sprint, and this is your first major checkpoint. So, the path is laid out for you. The tools are ready. The common pitfalls are marked. Your journey truly does start the moment this ends. The only real question left is, what will you build first?